Wow. You go, girl.
It was pretty straightforward. In the Devonian period, the age of fishes, something very special happened near the end of the period, and that was the transition from water to land. And the Eusthenopteron was a lobe-finned fish, and it had very special fins. The fins, instead of pointing out to the side, both the pelvic and the pectoral fins pointed backwards. And you may remember when we talked about Phineas, what was the other one?
Ferb.
When we talked about Ferb, we noticed the place of the pectoral fins and the pelvic fins.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my little model of the Eusthenopteron, you can see the pectoral fins. And they're kind of flat, and they're pretty thick because they were very muscular fins. And these fins actually contain bones that scientists are matching up to the bones of the earliest amphibians. And so the pectoral fins correspond to the front limbs. The front limbs of the early amphibian Ichthyostega. And I'm not sure if this is structurally sound here because the clay was really soft in the heat. So we can see that this fish.
Oh, cool! Wow. It's like a transformer.
As it's dragging itself using its muscular limbs onto land, the pectoral and the pelvic fins begin to evolve into limbs. And there were a lot of other kind of more internal alterations that these lobe-finned fishes had to undergo to become tetrapods or four-legged creatures such as amphibians. And one of the other ones was that their tail altered a little bit. And the Ichthyostega had a much longer tail. It looks a little bit like a salamander, but it could still use this tail similar to the way that the Eusthenopteron used it, which was that it was a very powerful tail that would allow it to move on land. So, now, our little critter has completed its transformation into the first amphibian.
All right. Pretty straightforward, yeah, pretty straightforward.